Pulled out my cannons and started blasting. All right, so I'm in this restricted area, being all restrictive. The Captain America comes out. Oh my god, Fantastic Four. Oh, that trailer. And Superman. I'm actually gonna buy AMC A-list just for that month, just so I can go watch those movies like 4 times each.
Are they gonna let you do that?
Yeah, they'll let you do. I mean, so what are they gonna do? Oh, you can't cancel it? Like,
yeah,
okay, I'll just change my card number or stop the authorization on my card.
That's devious.
It's real easy.
If you tried that shit though, do you charge back or just otherwise fuck them over like that? They're just gonna blacklist your card.
Well, you just give them a new card.
Bobby, if you get a chance, can you check the vertical stream, see if it's working?
Give me un moment. I have to pause my Indiana Jones here. Oh, what are you doing, Indiana Jones? Options. I'm in borderless windowed. Yeah.
Seems like it's working to me.
It's not even letting me go outside of the borderless window. Revert. Okay, let's just exit the. Oh, here, I'll stick on my phone.
Thanks, Baby Peach.
Oh, it's working on my phone. So.
Okay, that's good. All right.
Yeah, you should be golden now.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. Ooh, what is this? Oh. Can't. Took the note off a desk in there, and then it led me to a new mission, just because I happened to stumble across this place.
So there's side quests in the game?
There are many side quests.
Okay.
And they are, like I said, they are very natural in how they present themselves. So it's like when you find one, it's just like, oh, it's because you just found it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how's the enemy AI? I've heard some ups and downs about how stupid the enemy AI can be in that game.
I haven't seen it be super bad. It's not great, but it's not.
So it's not like Star Wars Outlaws bad or anything like that.
Not as far as I know.
Was it really bad? I mean, everyone told me it was really bad.
From what I saw, yeah, it was pretty bad. So.
So wait for it to be in the bargain bin, and it's still not in the bargain bin.
I mean, worst case scenario, just get the Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah, if you really want to play it, then that's honestly.
No, I don't want to play it that badly now.
Or just wait, you know.
I'm just waiting for it to be in the bargain bin, then I'll play it.
I was gonna say, just wait for what's it called? Yeah. Shadows. If that tanks, then Ubisoft is gonna discount everything to like $12.
Well, I was gonna make a comment saying like, well, we've only got a couple days, but then they got delayed until March, so we still have another month until it.
Yeah, I'm hoping Shadows looks pretty good. I'm hoping that it does well.
From what I've seen via like previews and everything, and obviously trailers, just trying to look at things, is that a lot of people seem to be in agreement that Naoe, I guess, is supposed to actually, like, in terms of her movement and being an assassin, is really good. But I guess Yasuke is kind of just like, he's like a third of an assassin. It's like, why would you pick him?
He's like a lumbering idiot. Like, he can't, like, he falls off of stuff. It's like,
yeah,
this
he falls off of stuff. He's just a
Nimrod.
bruiser, right?
R.
Kind of
So
got
I'm
you
not an
there.
assassin. I'm a pirate.
But it's still an Assassin's Creed.
I know, but I consider it a pirate game. The best pirate game ever made.
Well,
Thank you very
supposedly
much.
they're making a remake of it, so.
We don't
I
have
hope
remake.
so.
We have Yakuza now. We have Yakuza Pirates. It's fine.
Doesn't that come out next week?
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, it's like pretty soon.
I
don't know how they put out a game every like 4 months. It feels like for that franchise.
Because they do hardcore asset reutilization.
Yeah, they reused
I've
like a ton
gone
of
back
assets.
to oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I don't remember the name of the place in Japan. Kamurocho. They've had Kamurocho mapped out since like the PS2, and we keep going back to Kamurocho, and I still don't care. I still want to play more Yakuza games.
Oh, this tricked me. Okay.
like most of the Pirate Yakuza is going to be in Hawaii, which was what Infinite Wealth was in.
Yeah, so a lot of those assets are going to be reused right there. So.
Yeah, huge amount.
Do we know?
asset
Are they going more classic RPGs or more brawler like other
No, it's
ones?
brawler. It's old school.
Old school.
Yakuza.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I couldn't remember if they.
Yeah, the spin-offs of the Yakuza series right now are all brawlers now. So and then the main line is
RPG.
RPG. Yeah.
I watched the Super Bowl, and I appreciate football, but I don't like go out of my way to watch it at all.
It's the best background noise, if you ask me. Like, go to like a bar, go to a restaurant. It's the most fun thing to do. So they're just having a conversation, peek up at the screen a little bit, and then go back to your conversation. It's the best.
He says the Buffalo Bills lost to the Chiefs the last 4 years in the playoffs. Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would.
I mean, the Chiefs been a solid team though too.
Not today.
Well, so as a person who lives in Washington, I'm contractually obligated to give a shit about the Seahawks. And I've seen many a playoff game, and I've seen even more a Super Bowl game where crazy shit's going on.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember that Seahawks and Broncos.
Oh God!
Super Bowl
Don't talk to me about that. That was painful to
where
watch.
the Broncos were just fucking around the whole goddamn. In fact, I think the first play was a safety against the Broncos. I'm like, what is going on, guys?
Yep.
What? And I remember this.
That was hard to watch because that was
stream.
because the year before the Seahawks won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then they get there again, and it's against the Broncos. And I remember this clearly because it was our senior year of or at least for me it was senior year of college. Mm-hmm. And I was at my part-time job. Tests had just finished or something like that. And everyone, of course, was out watching the Super Bowl. Like, no one was going to come in to get math tutoring on a Sunday. But I was like, you know what? It's easy money because I literally sit there to make $15 an hour, and I can do my homework. I can watch it on my laptop if I.
But I could get behind Majima fighting zombies. I think that's a pretty cool idea. Problem is, it never really seemed to get past the idea portion. Just a really kind of meh game, I guess.
I can't go back up this way. That's dumb.
What in the fuck?
Fell down.
Oh crap! I almost got hit by a blue shell.
I was derping when I should have been herping.
Lightning!
Oh, perfect time to have my star power. Doesn't matter.
I mean, I got second. I'll take it. So.
I think I understand where the AI criticism comes from. Like, I'm in a restricted area, and these guys are like watching me walk by, and they're just kind of slowly reacting.
Okay.
I mean, is it any worse than like Splinter Cell? I mean,
no, not really.
Yeah.
It's like stealth games. They tend to give you like time.
Yeah. Like, I don't want like a super hardcore AI that's like stupidly smart in a stealth game, because I'm not stupidly smart in a stealth game. I want a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
Kind of dick around. The reason why I'm not very good at Dishonored is usually what happens, I'll get about 2 minutes in, be super awesome and stealthy, then shit hits the fan, I'm just sprinting to the objective marker. I can't do stealth games. I love MGS because it's not a stealth game. It's a tactical espionage game. There's no stealth. Speaking of MGS, I am pumped for Delta.
If I get a job, Tallen, I'm going to go to Summer Game Fest.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I think that would be a good idea.
I think Delta's release date got leaked or whatever. It's coming out on.
It's funny. I didn't know it was leaked because I saw it on Reddit, and they just linked to like
the PlayStation.
I want to say it was like
there's a PlayStation store.
No, there's a trailer. I linked to a trailer, and I feel like it was like on IGN's like content, like the CDN part of their website. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like directly exposed, but it was on their CDN. Just someone got it. So I watched it. I'm like, oh, cool! This is awesome. And I started looking up. As I was gonna put it on Blue Sky, and I wanted to go find like an actual news article about it. I could not find it. I'm like, wait a second, what the fuck's going on here? How is it I can't find any news articles about this cool trailer with the Ape Escape monkeys? What's going on? I found it was a leak.
Yep. So it's coming out in late August, if I remember correctly.
Yes, in August sometime, which is later than I prefer.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, because that kind of puts it in my like early Christmas Christmas season kind of gaming time. Kind of, I guess. I don't
Yoshi's
know.
gonna hate me probably for doing that. That was just cruel and unusual, but you know what?
Especially since we still don't entirely know when the Switch 2 is coming out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say between April and May would be my guess, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so I mean, there's people talking late summer though, so
I mean,
I might have
the
a
honest
new
truth is
Mario
we just
Kart
simply
I'm
don't
playing.
know. I mean, there are people who are saying like, okay, well, based on the original Switch that released, like that one released like 60 days or 50 days or something like that after the initial big trailer that we got with the Switch. So that's when the Switch 2 one is gonna do it. So I don't know. Super Warrior Gaming, what's going on? What's going on? Actually, it has something to put on. It's actually putting up in the early PSN. And then the PSN was down 2 days afterwards. I didn't. Yeah, that is a funny thing to realize right there. That's not bad. But yeah, a Switch. If I had to guess, Switch 2 is somewhere between probably late April or late May. At least that's my hope.
yeah, ditto.
I mean, it would make sense though, especially because it's April 2nd is the trailer, right? Or the little direct thing or whatever talking all about it. So if they say like, hey, pre-orders are available now, then I know my wife and I are gonna be having to jump onto those.
Oh yeah, same. I would immediately have to get on a pre-order.
Well, you get pre-order, we get that lottery system stuff. So
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I'm not looking forward to
that's
that.
right.
But luckily, we can put it in our different. The one nice thing is that we can put it under. So we can put it under like my name. We'll put it under her name, and then we can put it under her name with her original family name, and that can count as 3 technically. So
Oh,
And
that's
you could
slick.
take her name.
I could.
There you
Technically,
go.
I could.
That's
Yeah. There we go.
progressive. 4 spots. I like it.
And then you guys do the hyphen.
Yep.
Shit, this thing with portals right there. Like where this is going.
I like where it's going as well. So
You gotta learn how to game the system.
I like how the placement and the coin swap counter is on the top. Oh yeah. I was able to make that work out pretty well because it's hard to, you can't see that on a on a vertical stream. So that's why I put it there. I'll be at GameStop minute 1. I'm gonna have GameStop over here. So
That's how I got my original Switch. Was I went to GameStop after dropping my ex's kids off at school. Because they had band that morning, so it was the morning they had to get there super early. So on the way back, I just stopped by GameStop, waited like 15 minutes, walked in, and was like, "Here's $5. I want to reserve a Switch."
there we go. Oh, thank you for joining our public Discord. Much appreciated, Super Wario Gaming.
Speaking of Wario, I'm glad they put Wario Land 4 on the.
I was gonna say they just added that Wario to Switch, right? That's another thing when I get a full, not a full time, but a permanent position. Is I want to get that Switch family.
I kind of want to go play Wario Land 4 really bad. I'm like, do I really want to go pay for the expansion pack thing though? They have like all the good N64 games too.
Yeah, it's like you don't really need much else. What I need to get is the Brawler 64 controller. I might have to make a YouTube video because I haven't made one in a year on my own channel. I had James edit one and then I never like put it out. I felt bad.
Well, with the
Sorry,
Switch 2
James.
coming out, man, you got tons of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I should be doing that. I wanted to do a PS5 Pro unboxing and then I just...
Dude, unboxings, I don't know how people do those or try to make them interesting. Like, I feel like you've got to be a pretty good sized content creator for that.
No,
actually
you just gotta like you gotta talk about, you know, like the biggest thing is like showing people the little stuff about it. You know,
That's true, yeah.
Like,
You
if you're
stream
not doing
normal
that,
and
like-
shorts? Yeah, on YouTube we stream both normal and shorts. So, because some people find streams via the short part of YouTube, and then other people, mostly our subs, will find us via the normal one. So, I mean, there's no reason not to do it. So, with all the things you can do on OBS right now with the vertical plugins and everything. Makes it super easy.
Actually, they've been pushing live stuff on shorts for a while now. Like, I just get tons of live stuff now.
Yep. Whoever Max is, eat my red shell. How dare you be Luigi? I'm the only real Luigi. The DLC cart and everything.
Nope, not gonna make the statement.
Real Luigi is waiting.
Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it.
I think someone said it for you already there, Lemon.
I know, thank God. I'm just a guest.
If anyone's getting us demonetized, it's me.
Holy crap,
There's
there's a lot of
reason why I stopped
stars.
talking about him.
Ah, Bullet Bill,
Oh,
stay
fuck.
away.
Me. God damn you, Bullet Bill.
You know what I really love?
And a lightning.
You know who I really love is Bill Burr.
I love Bill Burr.
Because
Cracks me up.
while a ton of stand-up comedians are seemingly going way over to the right, Bill Burr's on Jimmy Kimmel going, "Free Luigi."
Yeah,
I was
saw
like,
that.
oh, good for you, Billy.
like Bill
Mario 64 remake for Switch 2 system seller are too old. I personally think too old, but they'll definitely have a 3D Mario game
they need,
ready
they
to
need
go
a
for the holidays probably. I can.
Yeah, what I think they are going to do is they're going to launch a Mario Kart 9, and then.
It's about goddamn time.
Well, I mean, like in the highest selling exclusive ever, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, it's Mario Kart. I just love Mario Kart. Kind of the most like fun, kind of mindless game.
Mario Kart is most likely going to be a launch title. I think it will be.
It's cheap to make. Everyone loves it.
I mean, when
It's just good business.
it is,
Yeah, this is real cool. This is like not the first, like there's a short first level. This is like the first big level, and I swear it's like a Final Fantasy Rebirth chapter. You know, where
I have no idea what that means.
well, like Tallen the other day, I was talking to him. I was like, man, I just finished the bit with Dine, and he's like, wait, isn't that chapter 8? I thought you said you're on chapter 9. I was like, no, you keep telling me to get to chapter 9. I'm still on chapter 8 because these chapters are 10 hours long.
Yeah, they're pretty long ass
Like,
chapters.
if you're doing all the stuff in them, they can be up to like 10 hours long. Like, dude, I was in the field, at the beginning for like 10 hours.
Oh, for sure.
How? How? Did you just choose to do all the side content, or did you not know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to do all the side content. Like,
Okay,
I don't want to
okay. No, because I mean, as you know, with all of our guides and everything that I made, I can't tell you how many comments I saw. The opening's too long, and I'm like, did you go to the marker where the boss is?
It's super hard. That snake guy is really strong.
That
super
snake
hard
guy
to
is
kill.
so effing easy. That's why I'm currently finishing up a guide on that, on like just combat in that game in general, because I'm like, my God, there's so many stupid people sometimes.
Snake guy is so hard to kill, Talon. Why so mean?
Here's the thing: is like, you think that, but like, as I've become more of a casual the last like 6 months, because of the job, I don't always want to like read everything and think about what I'm doing.
There's no okay, but okay, yes, I get that. Trust me, I do get that. Just like you, I'm definitely becoming more of a casual gamer. Just again, whether it's on my console or just what type of games I play and all that kind of stuff. But it is not that hard to grasp one effing sentence for a boss. It is not that hard.
Sentence, what's the sentence, Stone? What's the sentence?
Use ice or synergy abilities to pressure and stagger. That is it.
But I don't have any ice abilities on my team. So
Yes,
what am I
you
gonna
do. You automatically have one with the very first time you jump into the grasslands. I don't want to hear shit, and I know you're probably going to just be trolling me, Lemon, but still.
But I may never have fire because fire's cooler than ice.
You have fire as well. You have fire on one character and ice on another.
I don't know. I don't use ice. I'm above that. I only like cool.
Sounds like a
spells.
skill issue then.
Yeah, I just
Super Roar Gaming, the link to the
issue.
Discord is invalid or expired. Okay, I'll have to check it here in a bit.
Was that why people said it was so hard though? Is because of the elemental thing?
Yeah, they're just like no, like half of them are just like, I keep hitting with my sword and it's not doing much damage, and I'm just like, you are, oh my god.
Well, the other thing too is that a lot of people don't realize that you need to not always play as Cloud.
Yeah, too. Yep, switching. Yep.
You know, yeah, like switching is
It's like mandatory.
mandatory, and a lot of people don't understand that.
No, they think it's a basic hack and
unusual,
slash
though.
type of combat. It's just like, no, it's not. It is not.
I'm trying to think of other RPGs like Final Fantasy Remake and stuff. Like Tales is the only thing I think of. And in those games, you don't have to move around because you could just direct your people through the menus and stuff. Whereas
chapter
in Final Fantasy, you actually have to physically move to them and choose their skills.
The Kate, okay, it's not the Kate Sith chapter. You're talking about just that section of Kate Sith. Yeah, that is the Kate Sith part is a pain in the ass the very first time you do it, but it's not as bad when you go through the second time. Yeah, the cat. Yeah, the cat.
Oh god, I hated that part of that game. So
there is a trick to it. There's a trick to doing it super easily with throwing the boxes, but yeah, they don't do a great job of doing that.
It's just so out of place.
It is. It's very out of place.
It is. Spent too much time
like you talk with anyone.
it.
If anyone defends that, you know, it's just like, okay, just get your head out of their ass and just, you know, it's okay. No one's gonna judge you.
Yeah, it's totally okay if you criticize. Like, I get it. Some people don't like, you know, tons of mini games.
Yeah,
but I think it's fun, and I think it, you know, gives you a lot of stuff. But like, that's why when you're like, "How are you not done with this?" I'm like, dude. Didn't you have break like when it came out? So
yeah, I had to no life that game essentially,
and you had to no life it while you were on break.
Yep.
So like that tells you anything, and I think at that point I was working the 3 jobs.
Yeah.
So,
but no, like, so again, I can easily look at the game. There are plenty of things I can look at and be like, look, this is definitely phoned in. This is like, this should not have been as the way it was and all that kind of stuff. But when I hear the people going like, you know, there are too many mini games, I'm like, okay, first off, you don't even need to do 99% of the mini games. You don't. Second, you are choosing to engage with that content. So
no, I'm not choosing. I'm trying to shut Chadley up. There's a difference. He keeps talking to me, and I wish he would stop.
I mean, you could just simply hit the start button, skip cutscene every time he talks to you, and that's it. I know it's difficult for you, Lemon. I know it's difficult for you. Chadley's the final boss. F Sephiroth, he's the final boss.
Yeah, Chadley's the final boss. It's like Persona where Nanako's actually the final boss.
He's probably gonna be like the final secret boss in part 3. I'm calling it now.
Where he just like throws all the summons at you.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if it's going off the OG, he's probably gonna be all those part 3 summons that are part 2 from the OG. Like it's probably gonna be a very tough fight. So
should be talking about living weapons and summons.
Yeah, well, like it's a combination of like living. There's living summons. There's also Ultima, and then I think there's like Knights of the Round Table or something like that was a summon back in the OG. So it's gonna be funny as hell.
I'm running this at ultra, in ultra wide, and it's magically holding.
I forget. Do you have a 4070 Ti or a 4070? I can't remember.
It's 4070.
4070. Okay. Yeah, I'm not liking where GPU prices are right now. I'm just saying.
No.
Hey
like
guys.
I'm keeping this GPU because what's gonna happen is I feel like the 6000 series is gonna be where they're like, okay, we'll cut your break like the 3000 was.
Yeah, that's really
like they'll be like, okay, the 80 we found a way to drop it down to 750 for you guys. You know.
So it means jack shit for me.
Yeah, which means it's going to be like $49,000 for Tallen.
Yep, pretty much. If I hit the boss with fire and did a self-destruction technique, I had a rebirth ring.
Okay. Oh, that must be what all this was. Oh. Excuse me. Not gonna lie to you guys, this game's pretty crafty.
As in having to do a lot of crafting, or it's very smart?
As in it's pretty smart.
Okay, good. I was like, I need more crafting in my life.
Like in terms of Microsoft and AAA, this is the best thing they have made in possibly a decade.
I was about to say Gears of War, but I think it might be a decade ago at this point. So
Okay, so 2. Oh, that's why I was doing that. Okay. That's foot. Okay. This is also foot. Okay, that's right foot. So right foot is 4.
oh, Golden Sun OST has been added to Nintendo Music.
Mm-hmm, they added
what's
it called, Mario, the other day too.
And I would love to play Golden Sun again. I should play Golden Sun again.
Mario World, still greatest platformer of all time.
That's a weird way of saying Donkey Kong Country 2. What the hell?
I'll give you that's a good one. I don't know if it beats Mario World though. Super Mario World is just like
you're never gonna convince Lemon. He and Donkey Kong 2 are like
goat. It is my favorite game of all time. Full stop. I mean I think Mario World is the best Mario platformer by far. I mean that or Mario 64, but I think it's just because I'm old for it.
Well, I mean, I'm saying Mario World, like you think, saying I'm not more of an old fart than you, Lemon.
We are not young.
Hey! You and I, we're only 33. That's not old.
Yeah, you're not old.
Yet, Tallen, you're older than me, old man.
By a couple of months.
Okay, 2. Okay, now that. Oh.
It's funny though, having grown up with Jesus Christ, with Donkey Kong Country 2. You guys listen to the Spawncast at all? The podcast?
Yeah,
occasionally, yeah.
So
I'm not gonna name any names, but there's one person on there I really don't care for. But
I can guess who it is, and so I'm assuming it's not the person I'm about to name drop. But Josie Woe was trying to get through the Donkey Kong Country games. She's like, it's super fucking hard. And I forgot how hard those games were if you didn't grow up with them, because they're hard as balls.
They're hard, dude.
They're
still hard.
Dude, games back then, man, a lot of them were hard. Like,
yeah, I just don't remember DKC2 being that hard, but like I'll play it waiting for Tallen to get online and stuff. And it's like, holy fuck, I'm still on the third world.
Blue Shell at the end of the wrap, of course.
One of the things that cracks me up is when people talk about like how Dark Souls and like Elden Ring and like FromSoft is just hard.
Yeah.
And then people go like, no, like the Xbox Ninja Gaiden games. I'm like, play the original Ninja Gaiden.
Play the original.
Like
play the one on Nintendo.
Playing Halo on Switch is going to feel so bizarre. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait to play Halo with a DualSense Edge in my hand. Like, that's gonna be so. Like, can you imagine if they give it the DualSense haptics?
I was about to say they're not gonna, unless they give the haptics. How is it gonna be any different than playing it with like a PS4 controller?
Well, because it'll be PS5 Pro enhanced because
they actually have to add the haptics to it, is what I'm getting at. I would love that.
I would love that.
They no, they don't have to. I mean, they'll add rumbles, but like the actual like Astrobot level haptics, that would be so
yeah. I want that what they do in FPS, where that kind of click where like you pull the trigger down and it clicks in. I don't know. I love that.
When
I first played Call of Duty, or I think it was Call of Duty. I'm trying to think what the first FPS I played was on the PS5 controller, but like it's really fucking good playing FPS on PS5 controller. That click on the trigger.
In terms of how the controller itself feels and everything, PS5 is definitely my favorite, but the battery life is abysmal. Just absolutely hate it.
Alan, you got to order those little batteries, dude.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that.
Lemon, really. Like,
it's just you crack the case open really quick, drop them in. It shouldn't be too hard to do.
I told my friend from work, she was like, wait, really? And I was like, yeah, if you want me to do like your controller, just like buy the battery and then give me them both. I'll give them back to you the next morning.
Yeah.
It's like her and her sister play, but she's like, yeah, the controllers just always die so fast. And I'm like, I know. Let me tell you a little story about these batteries I got on Amazon.
Is that how you became the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Tell a story. The problem is though, if you're like me, I just always have two controllers. Just when one dies, just unplug it, plug that one back in, ready to go.
I have 5, and they each, or I have 5, and I always have
active rotation.
Yeah, and then I have 4 in active rotation. 1 DualSense Edge, 1 custom, one that my cousin put together for me. That's effectively a DualSense Edge, but it has a better battery. And then purple one, and then my Spider-Man one. And they all, the regular DualSense Edge doesn't have a battery. Because so my cousin, when he made the custom one, it was an original controller, and then he got I paid for it, but he got the parts from Amazon, so it's got like back buttons and all that stuff. But it was like a third-party one he had to put on.
Lemon, say the F away from me, god damn it.
And then because it was an original one, it has the space for the battery. And the battery, but because like those Pro controllers use more,
My god.
because those things use more, it still dies faster. I would say it lasts like 8 hours, whereas like my normal controllers will last like 15.
You can get 15 out of a normal PS5 controller?
Yeah, with the new batteries.
Oh, with the new battery. Okay, I was gonna say, because I can't get that with the originals.
No, with the originals it's like
dying.
6 to 8. And with the improved ones, it's...
And that sounds unless you're playing like because I just got through Tales of Grace's F, and I feel like my controllers are getting around like 10, 11 hours.
Well, it depends on how much haptics you use.
Exactly.
So like,
I was just like a full-on PS5 game, 3 hours, maybe 4.
Right, and then so like these ones I'll leave it on and I'll get like 15 because it's like 3 times the capacity in the battery. But the DualSense Edge, the way it's built and the way everything's stuck into that has a smaller battery compartment. So the only place you can get batteries is AliExpress, and then it's AliExpress, so it's going to take like 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like,
well, you might get luck off Amazon. I feel like there's a lot of resellers and flippers on Amazon for that kind of shit.
Secret found. Dude, I love this. This is actually so like Tallen, Xbox cooked. Like,
I could have sworn you already finished Indiana Jones though.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I
Who was it then?
I talked about wanting to play it a couple times, but I never did, and then I finally paid for Game Pass.
I could have sworn it was you who burned through it.
No.
Oh my
Through what?
Indiana Jones.
No, Bob always said he wanted to play it, and now he is.
Yeah, I said I was thinking about playing it.
I'm gonna burn through it. I don't know anyone personally that did it.
Yeah, okay. I must be losing my fucking mind.
I think you are.
Wouldn't be the first goddamn time though.
They're closing the ride, like for refurbishing or something. Which makes you sad. It's a good ride.
Is this 200cc?
No, it's 150.
This feels faster than normal.
This is very cool.
What?
All right. This game does a very, very good job of making it feel organic to find stuff and making it feel like it's Indiana Jones stuff, which I appreciate very much.
That's good.
Because I'm old.
Is the soundtrack original, or does it have a lot of like motifs and stuff from the original movies?
No, because all the original movies have like the same motifs after the first one, right? They have like
a lot of the Raiders March, because I really want that.
There is in the beginning. I haven't gotten too much. There's a lot of the in the like how when he's in like the scenes where he's sneaking around, you hear like the
Yeah.
like there's a ton of that, which is very cool. It very much sounds like John Williams.
Music to my ears. No pun
Troy
intended.
Baker is fantastic as Indiana Jones.
I've heard his performance in the game is amazing.
It is stellar. It is exemplary. Like in terms of someone who grew up watching Indiana Jones, like
I mean, after Hogwarts Legacy, I'm not gonna make the assumption anymore that they're gonna have the original soundtracks in the games anymore. So I'm glad to hear that they are sticking to the John Williams soundtrack.
yeah, it's very. I don't think it's John Williams, but there's it
But it sticks that style. Hogwarts Legacy did not feel like the Harry Potter soundtrack.
That I will say that was a one big miss from that game. Yeah, that game was okay.
I just give me some Hogwarts kind of music from the movies that was related to Hogwarts. That was Harry Potter, but there's kind of ideas and sounds that apply to Hogwarts that they didn't have in Hogwarts Legacy, and it really bummed me out. It didn't feel like a Harry Potter. I don't know. I was really hoping it would.
Don't worry, I'm sure Hogwarts Legacy 2 will be a live service game. That's what WB wants all their games to be.
I mean, if they're even going to be around anymore, like as a company,
have you guys been seeing what's happened lately? Like apparently the Wonder Woman game has been rebooted. They've already spent like $100 million on it, and they've taken out the Nemesis system.
Oh, you mean the Nemesis system, the super cool system that'd be really awesome in a lot of games that can't be?
Yep.
Because a certain WB copyrighted it.
Yep.
Patented it.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
It's like when Namco copyrighted. I keep saying copyrighted. Patented the mini games in loading screens, and we didn't get to see it anymore.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And then recently Pokemon did it with throwing a ball to capture things. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool
no,
ideas,
dude, the Nemesis system was so cool. I love Shadow of Mordor. That was such a great game. I love that game.
I'm glad you said Mordor, not War, because
War was atrocious. War was War does not exist in my timeline. Only Mordor. That's where the series ends, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
Yeah, I heard War was kind of.
It's not great.
It's not great. Not to mention all the loot box stuff and.
It's very poo poo pee pee. It's not good.
Yep.
I heard it was kind of dookie.
It's very much dookie.
I mean, that was around the same time that EA tried to do all those loot boxes with Star Wars, and then that's where everything,
Well, I mean, that was what you did back in the day, though. I mean,
it still sucked.
Sure, but I mean, it wasn't unusual though.
And God, that era is gone.
Is it gone? Or has it just been rebranded?
And the randomness is gone. Them trying to nickel and dime you is still around, but
what's FIFA called now? Just Football Club?
Football Club?
Yeah.
And apparently they
Football
lost
Club
a shit ton of money this past quarter. Like it did not do as well as they wanted it to.
Anymore? Not buying the booster packs anymore? The My Team or whatever that is.
Well, that's unique to sports games, thankfully, right now. And you know what? If those dumbasses want to keep playing that, then that's them.
Oh, I feel like if I looked at the top 20 games on iOS, it's mostly gacha games, so I feel like it's still a thing.
On iOS, yeah, no, that's really gonna be.
Well, I mean, I imagine it's the same on Android.
I mean, mobile, just mobile in general.
All right, I'll be right back. Hopefully, I can get back. Atomic restarts.
Is Avowed out next week or is it this week it's out?
I think it's next week.
It's the 14th. Is it the 14th or the 17th? I don't remember.
I think 14th is like early access or something.
Oh, okay. I hope I would love to say I hope that game does well, but unfortunately I know that a lot of people are not going to buy it. So
Well, yeah, I mean it's going to be on Game Pass, and then I think there's going to be a sizable chunk on Steam because it's Obsidian.
right, yeah, and it kind
It's
of
kinda
reminds
like
people of
Starfield, right?
old
New
school
Vegas, right?
Bethesda. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
But they also did. I mean, not that it was bad, but like they lost some cred with outer worlds, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think that was the
Perfect timing.
timing on that one.
Hey, deja vu. We were just fucking here.
This game is pretty cool.
I'm definitely excited for Doom in May. That'll be fun. to
Oh
play.
yeah, I'm super ready for Doom.
I'm ready for Assassin's Creed. I know, Lemon, you're probably gonna be on Monster Hunter, right?
No, God, no.
No, really?
I've tried so hard to get a Mon Hunt. I just can't do it.
Yeah, both Lemon and I have tried so hard to get into Monster Hunter. We just can't.
Well, there
It
you go.
is not my shtick.
That's just how it works, you know.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste, and I never acquired it.
I will say though,
Never
their
acquired-
menu system to try and play with friends. God damn it, Capcom! You need to improve that shit.
Oh, I hate Monster Hunter's like
UI?
multiplayer. It's
Yeah.
just how to get in with friends and stuff. It's the stupidest. What does it remind me of? Like Outriders? Was Outriders the one that was like that?
I think so. Yeah.
I was like, you had to go in and then join like mid mission, like only if the mission was started or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
like
with-
Elden Ring too. It's like
Yeah. Well, with the at least with the beta, granted, I guess things could technically change. Like if you want to join your friends, you have to invite them to be part of the party, but you're not actually in the same like area with them. Then you have to join into where the town is, I guess. Then you have to select a mission. Then you have to send that. Then you have to like tell your friends to accept that same mission, and then you finally load in or something like that. I'm just like, why not just simply have join in on your friends? Should not be that difficult.
see, that's one of those things that you know, as much hate as we can always give to Destiny, and we can, because you know
It needs more hate.
it needs more hate. But yeah, one of the things that they always did extremely well in that game
Was joining.
is joining. Like
Yep.
you just join anytime.
Yep. You can join
And you
during a
just
raid.
block
You
it.
can join during a multiplayer match.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you had to do. My ass kicked.
Wow, and here I thought I did bad.
You're only one above me, 11th and 10th.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm excited for that. I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's like that Louisiana game that South Midnight or whatever.
Yes, not
Yeah, that looks fun. I'm excited to try that out.
That and Expedition are my two. that
Expedition,
I'm
yep.
looking
Oh,
forward to
Expedition,
most.
I'm definitely gonna be going. I'll be no lifing that probably. So
It looks like
I'm hoping Expedition will be good.
yeah,
I
that
don't
game
know
really looks like they went hard. Like
My
they-
only concern is that it's all visuals and it's very shallow. Like the game isn't there, but the visuals are kind of thing. The vibes there.
I don't know. They talked about all the systems they have, and that was pretty wild.
yeah,
like
the last breakdown, didn't they go over some of the systems and mechanics that they have in the game?
yeah, they said like every character has like 100 or hundreds of skills, and then weapons have skills, and you can just
See, it's statements like that worry me though. I mean, unless it's a game where it's like we don't give a shit about balance, we're gonna do whatever it sounds like fun, then it would work. But like, that's a huge amount of stuff to balance against if they're gonna try, balancing it.
Well, aren't they the same guys who also said like if we're waiting for somebody to play the entire? Like apparently you can play the entire game, taking no damage.
passively. Yeah,
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
yeah, you can do a no hit run if you're good enough.
yep. Because remember, you can do that whole like perfect block thing or whatever. So
Oh, they're doing the whole active time belt ATB.
I believe
Yep.
so.
Okay, and you have to block. Okay, that's a bit of a bummer. I'm one of those weirdos who doesn't like that in my RPGs. If I'm in a menu-based game, it should be menu based. I shouldn't have to time things. I know it's weird. I know. That's why I
mean,
can't
it's just
really
all
get
it's all
into
personal preferences. So.
I know, but it's just like I can do this like Devil May Cry or Elden Ring where like there's timing, but like I'm already like kind of hyped up a bit. In a menu-based game, I'm not really hyped up. I'm putting things into menus. You know, it's like I can't explain it.
No, I get it. You're expecting a certain thing, right? Like from a certain.
It's just
game.
it's well, no, it's not necessarily that. It's more just a case of like I'm dropping, I'm selecting attack. Like I'm not expecting it's like playing chess versus playing, I don't know, soccer or football or kickball or something like that. Chess is a very cerebral game where you're not expected to make quick movement, physical movements. It's all about your mind. To me, like a turn-based RPG is very cerebral. You're thinking, you're pondering, you're thinking what you're gonna do next turn. Whereas like kickball or football or basketball, it's a physical sport. There's thinking involved, sure, but it's more about the physical prowess. And it just, whenever I have to like do timing and stuff, I don't know, it always throws me off. It's a skill issue, I know.
Yeah, it's basically what it amounts to.
Because like Mario and Luigi games, I'm really bad at.
Well, I mean, we'll have to see how it works out and everything like that. So.
I love the vibe of it though.
I love the vibe is awesome. Yeah. The moment I found out though that it's like, yeah, once you hit this age, then you die. I was like, and it says 33, and I'm sitting here going, God damn it, I'm 33
Just
right now.
like real life.
That's like real life.
It's like that's offensive.
I'm surprised, dude. The thing I'm most shocked about is the cast that they got for some of that voice acting.
Dude,
Like,
I know.
holy
And people are
crap.
like, what is this game? And I'm like, Ben Starr, Andy Serkis, like Charlie Cox. Like,
Mhm.
come on, man. Like, that's what you got. Daredevil. You got Daredevil, dude.
Like Daredevil, Clive, and Gollum.
Daredevil, you mean Ben Affleck, right?
Stop it.
Just stop, dude. Just stop.
You know
Just
better than that.
stop, Lemon. We know you love to troll, but come on.
Ben Affleck, right? He's Daredevil.
I was thinking about that movie the other day, and I was like, you know what? I'm so glad we have the MCU. Like, he's not terrible, but it's not very good.
Well, the only fault I have with the MCU is that they have so much shit going on. Quality has to have gone down. But that's what happens when you have so many projects going on at once. Like, so I think they do a pretty bang up job with how many things are going on at one at the same time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at Fantastic Four looks awesome, dude, from that first trailer. Thunderbolts looks like it's going to be great, which I'm super excited about because that could be real bad. And then, what's the other one? Captain America looks like it's going to be pretty solid. Is it going to be as
That'll
good
be
as the other
interesting.
two?
Yeah,
That remains to be seen. But
yeah, that one will be.
ugh. Yeah, there's a lot of sneaking and beating people up from the shadows.
Oh yeah, I mean that game is very heavily stealth.
Yeah,
You do a lot of fist fighting, a lot of punching.
yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
Good.
According to the
Like
reviews and
indie.
everything, like you should barely use your gun. Essentially, like it's all.
Oh yeah,
it's
I
all
have not
fisticuffs.
used. I have not used my gun at all.
It's like the movies. The guy with the sword swinging around, and he just pulls his gun out. It's like, I'm tired of this shit. Shoots him. Yeah, I like me some Indiana Jones. I will say though, Temple of Doom really scarred me as a kid. So
I absolutely love that scene because it's just like so
it's metal
good.
it's metal as fuck as an adult, but as a kid going into this expecting, oh, it's PG. How bad could it be? It's like, wow, this is. I was not prepared as a 10-year-old to watch this movie.
Well, that movie is why PG-13 exists.
Exactly. Even PG-13, that's pushing the fucking limits.
Like
It was
that was the movie that caused
movie.
PG-13 to be a thing. Because yeah, like ripping people's hearts out and stuff. It's like
Pretty fucking metal is what it was.
like it's super like, whoa, okay. Like
I come
now,
back and all I
like,
hear is ripping people's hearts out.
we're talking about
Hey,
Temple
man.
of Doom and how Temple of Doom had a PG rating, but it's the
Oh.
movie that caused the PG-13 rating. Because it was very, like Lemon said, it's kind of traumatic for little kids. Like,
Yeah, don't. It's embarrassing to admit now, but you remember the movie The Ring? It came out like 20 odd years ago. Scared the ever living shit out of me. I could not finish it the first time I watched it.
well, that was a scary movie, you know.
It's
like-
PG-13.
It doesn't mean it's not scary. Like,
it's too much for a 13-year-old. Is all I'm saying. Like I couldn't do it. It was too.
it's like
much.
Blair Witch. You know, you watch that now.
Oh my
like,
god!
okay.
So,
At the time, that was pretty scary. You know.
yeah, it's one of those things where I wish I was older for that because I watched it. I think probably it was during the pandemic. I watched it, and it's not that scary, but that movie came out like what 20 odd years ago now, and there really wasn't anything like it, and they really heavily advertised it as, haha, this is actually a real thing.
Yes, they did.
Whereas I pretty much grew up on like YouTube horror and stuff, and it's all thanks to Blair Witch. So
Oh yeah, that stuff all exists thanks to Blair Witch. Because that's what made Blair Witch such a runaway success. Is they filmed that movie for like 200
pennies,
40,000 or something after everything. Like, and then
it is
just
weird,
shot.
though, how people didn't realize how great horror movies are in terms of returns on investment. Horror movies are traditionally always dirt cheap to make, and usually make their money back
if you do it
and
right.
so,
Yeah, because the thing about a good horror movie is that a good horror movie, it's not gonna spend too much time showing you everything.
No, best horror movies don't.
Yeah, like think about Alien.
If you don't know about it,
right? Alien is great because like 90% of the time with the alien, you don't see that thing.
It's all about the fear of the alien. You just don't know
like you see like the tail move by the camera. You know, you see like part of it come up or like its back real quick.
Yeah, that's good horror right there because the fear of the unknown is the best kind of fear.
Fear of the unknown. Exactly right. Oh, okay. All right, now I'm getting somewhere. Picking up what you're putting down.
All right,
game.
Lemon, I know it's getting late for you, so let's do one more race.
Yeah.
And I quickly want to do a Battlefield discussion with you real quick.
Aye, Capitan.
Battle.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, I should probably get off. As much as I'd like to play some more Mario Kart, I do got to work tomorrow.
But we got to talk about that trailer real quick.
I mean, I'll tell you, even if you don't play Avowed, play this one.
No, I want to play. No, so it would be a case of I would 100% play this game. It more the question of am I going to buy Game Pass or am I just going to wait for it to come out on PlayStation 5?
It's a good point. Like what you can do is if you're going to try Avowed anyway, get Game Pass when those come out. Try this. Try Stalker as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Stalker too.
Because I thought about that too the other day. I was like, wait. I should.
Because like 100% buying Doom day one.
Yeah, and that is coming to PlayStation day one.
Yeah.
So it's like, but try this. Just like try the first level, or maybe go around the Vatican a little bit. Because he's like this Vatican level. I don't know. I think I have like 7 hours in the game, and like 6 of it has been in the Vatican. So like, yeah, it's pretty massive from what I understand. Like there's only like 5 or 6 levels, but they're all super big, and you can spend a ton of time in each one. Like, and they're all kind of like just big open zones that you explore, which is very cool. But yeah, try it, and then if you like it while you're trying it, just like, okay, I dig this, I'll buy it for PlayStation. Like, I'm probably gonna buy this when it comes out for PlayStation, because it is very much impressed me with what it offers so far, and I know it'll probably be better optimized for PlayStation than it is for PC.
Yeah.
You know how they do with consoles.
Yep.
You guys do your thing. I'm gonna use the restroom, and like if you guys did get into your Battlefield discussion, I don't like. I played a couple Battlefields, but not like you guys. So if you guys want,
Well, I definitely when Lemon jumps off, if you want to stick around for the GTA one, I want to do right afterwards. You can.
yeah. Did you have another topic? I feel like you did, or did you not?
I could technically do the WB stuff if I wanted to, but I don't need to do it. So.
New Battlefield and Switch 2 updates plus gaming? Question mark.
What's the GTA 6 one you want to do though?
The
Just
GTA
about-
6 one is the fact that a lot of people
confirmed.
were expecting it to be delayed into 2026, because we literally haven't heard anything. And then during their earnings call, like the heads confirmed it's coming out fall 2025, which is basically holidays time. But also I wanted to throw in the take on the whole analysts about the $100 game prices and everything.
I don't think they'll do that. I think they know they'll scare off too many people doing that.
No, because that's the supply and demand. Like you make more money putting at 60 than just hitting them on the tail with shark dollars.
Yeah,
Shark
all you
rate,
got to do, like GTA is such an easy win because GTA is the most obvious. Pay $30 extra for 5 days early access, and everyone will pay it without you having to make the game mandatory. You know what I mean? Like make the price of the game mandatory $100. Then you're the good guy either way. Then it's like, okay, we offered this, and it looks like we sold 12 million copies, and 9 million of them were the $100 version. So cool. Like, because 3/4 of people wanted to pay that extra $30 to play it early. They make $1 billion that fast. And
well,
then,
it's crazy how much GTA like props up 2K also.
well, yeah. Well, at the end they have the NBA. Like, don't forget that.
Oh yeah, that makes them tons of money.
That makes them a ton of money. That's what keeps them in between.
GTA 6 is already. People are
GTA.
already guessing that game is probably costing them $1 to $2 billion to make.
Oh yeah, especially after we know that one of those CODs costs like
Yeah, isn't
700
COD up
million
to like
a couple years
700
ago.
now or something like that?
Yeah, it's like easy $1 billion. For
Remember
GTA
when
6.
it was like
Easy.
$300 million? Now it's already up to 700. It's like, all right, let's just skip an extra, 400 million. Jesus.
Yeah, I
No,
love the
that's-
fact too that
yeah.
you hear the Call of Duty cost 700 million. Everyone's like, Last of Us 2 cost $200 million. Sony's going bankrupt. It's like, did they sell enough to cover that cost? Like,
Oh,
come on
probably.
now.
And those remasters they always do they don't cost that much money.
No, they're
Plus
fucking
they give
dirt
them
cheap.
to the
The interns.
the
like,
interns essentially.
They give them to the noobs.
Yep.
I would say Blue Point, but not anymore.
Yeah, we
Hey,
don't talk about that. That's just oof.
We don't talk about Blue Point. It's the latest Disney song.
not goddamn fair. They could have doing Bloodborne.
A lot of people are I think up on copium for it, but a lot of people are like, wait, so they're finally they're going after those mods from like years ago, and they have a rumored Valentine's Day state of play coming up. Are they finally gonna release it? And I'm sitting here going like, oh boy.
Well, I mean, at this point, do they have anything for this year? I mean, maybe that is
Ghost
to
of Yotei
break
is the only
glass.
thing I know of that they have this year. I don't expect the Naughty Dog game to be out this year.
Oh God, no.
That game's at least another few years away, in my personal opinion.
No, we're firmly in the find out territory of Sony's fucking around.
Yep. Oh, I mean,
right.
I mean, dude, we talked about this last time. Hiroki is going to like. That dude ain't gonna take shit for anything. He's just gonna be like, how much is this gonna make us? Well, we're not really sure, but nope, cancel it.
I just think that Sony is. I think they're reassessing right now, and I hope that's what they're doing because this live service stuff was not it, man. Like, I like live service. You guys know I like live services, but they clearly did not have a good plan for it. And I thought surely Sony
It was
would have a better
Was
plan.
it Colin Moriarty? I think he's the guy who does that big podcast channel or whatever.
Last Stand, yeah.
Last Stand, yeah. Yeah, I
With the
believe
Dukes.
the way he phrased it was it's a good idea to have to get that money because obviously for what it is. the execution was just pure ass, essentially. I think is what he
Yes, they
said.
did not have a plan. Like they did not have a
They
formal
didn't have
plan.
a plan. They spent way too much on Bungie, and they were trying to take single player teams and put them on the live service games.
Yeah, and that's
Did
that's,
you not
that was
watch
it.
what happened to EA and all those guys? Like,
What's wrong with EA? They're doing great.
What's wrong with the EA? They're doing just
They're
fine.
doing great. Just
Come
ask
on.
Spyware. They're doing awesome. It's great. Everything's great there.
What do they? What did EA have? They had
like I swear, like someone needs to go up, slap these CEOs upside the head, and be like, okay, look, I'm gonna give you guys a very simple answer here. You're gonna hire one person, kind of just spy on other publishers and games, and do they do well? Do they do bad? And just simply report back. Like,
What's
just
so funny is that they have a winning like a winning IP for live service that they failed to utilize so badly. Like, you know what they could do is they could easily do a Twisted Metal like a live service where you make it part Mario Kart and then part like Battle Royale, right? Like you have a couple different modes.
It could be fun.
You know, you have like one where you're racing and you're trying to win, you have weapons, and another where you're like, you know, you have a set amount of health, and every like kind of like a hero battle royale like Apex, but with the cars. Like, you could do that and probably have some decent success. Have a mid level live service game that brings you consistent money for not too much of a development cost. And they're like, Twisted Metal, no. It's like that. No, that's what you do. You take that IP and you make it into something, you know. Someone said like retool Conquered to be like Sony All Stars, but as a hero shooter, and I don't think it.
I don't think that would have
way.
mattered. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want to be like Kratos versus Nathan Drake. You know what I mean? Like that's stupid.
I mean, they did that with the what was it, Battle All Stars, I think.
Yeah, and that was like stupid because like obviously Kratos is gonna win like every time. You know.
Nah, he's got.
I remember when that game was about to release, and they actually at my university, they actually brought it over to like the center of campus, and you could play it.
Yeah, I had it. It was all right.
It's a game.
It's a game. You
It
know?
was
Yeah,
a game. It was definitely a game.
Exactly. Right. It is a game.
It's a game of all time.
It is a game of all time.
I mean,
It's a great way to put it.
I mean, at least they're not doing the same thing that Warner Brothers, their little Smash Bros. Copy thing is. Ooh, baby, that's
Multiverses.
Multiverses.
Talk about a fumble, dude.
Yep.
Because yeah, they fumbled it. Like the Sony one was DOA.
Yeah, Multiverses was
Multiverses-
hype, and then they took it away.
Yeah, they fucked around. And now they're finding out.
And that them taking it away was what like screwed them with that one.
Yeah, because they had all. It's what's gonna happen with Splitgate. Like, I do
Yeah.
not expect Splitgate to
I'm
do well.
so worried about that
because,
game. I am so worried about
Like,
Splitgate.
unless they can they have to literally start from ground zero again.
That was pretty funny.
Let me get it set up real quick, Lemon, because I don't want to keep you up too later.
You guys have this conversation. I'm gonna use the restroom, stretch, and get some water.
Go ahead.
Cool.
Right. I'll have to remind myself to make sure before the video gets edited that I go on to our past like playtime in the Battlefield game. Like we're not scrubs. We actually know how to play Battlefield.
We
By myself.
did have a lot of videos for that, didn't we?
We did. We played a lot. Could be recorded. Good. Always got to check this stuff. You know how it is.
Always gotta check.
Always got to check.
Better
Okay.
safe than sorry.
Exactly. It is looking good though. It is. Everything's recording well. Nothing's flipping out or anything. So you know what? I think we're good to go. I've already got a intro in my head. I don't want to keep you too much longer. Ready? All good?
Yep.
All right.
Let's do this.
Battlefield fans, come a little closer. Come a little closer. Right here. Right here. All right, and stop. Okay. I need you to listen to this real quickly. It is vital to this game when it releases and your sanity, to be perfectly honest. Okay, you ready? You ready? Here it is. Here it is. Do not pre-order this game. That's it. Video's over. Okay, end it right there, folks. We're all done. Okay, no, but in all seriousness, do not pre-order this Battlefield game. I know. As Battlefield fans, both Lemon and I here, we have been playing Battlefield for so long. The amount of hours we put into Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 especially, like, we've played Battlefield for a long time, and we have wanted a good Battlefield game for so long. People are, half and half on one for the most part. I personally wasn't the biggest fan of one. Like, the setting was cool and the atmosphere, but overall I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Battlefield 5, I dropped after a week, even after playing both the alpha and the beta. And 2042, we're not even going to talk about that. 2042 is just a colossal flop, and it is an insult to Battlefield, and it's just makes me shake my head. But luckily, we do have a game called The Finals, because that is actually made by ex-DICE employees, and The Finals is really fun, and I know Lemon will agree with me on that. But now that we have confirmation that a new Battlefield game is releasing, and according to the CEO, or I guess the higher-ups over at EA, they're looking to release it before April 2026, and they don't have a problem, at least according to them talking to their investors and everything, that they're all for actually pushing it past the holidays, going into something like January or February, which I'm actually all for that. I'm 100% okay with that if they had to do that, especially if they had to delay it to make sure that things actually work out. But we've only seen about 10 seconds of gameplay, right? And it's supposed to be alpha footage, like I get that and everything, but there's a few things that we need to just, I think, pump the brakes and sit down here for a second, because when it comes to this Battlefield game, you have to keep in mind, a majority of the old guard, the guys who made Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, the golden era of Battlefield games, right? They're gone. And there might be a couple of them still left, but overall, the majority of them, they are gone. And I know that they brought in Vince, I believe, who used to work with like Call of Duty and Titanfall, if I remember correctly on that. I could be wrong on where exactly he came from. I know he's like the head of Battlefield right now. And so the guy knows how to make a competent shooter and to make sure that things succeed and everything like that. But the guys who made the OG games that we all loved and everything, they're not around. And the team that is making this particular game, probably majority of them, the only Battlefield games that they have with them is maybe like the DLC 5 and 2042. Now, I'm not blaming the devs because the 2042 and overall was just a mess because they tried to go Battle Royale, then they wanted to go more traditional, but then they had to try and meet in the middle due to, I guess, just the huge ass teams that they had working and the limited amount of time and everything when they eventually switched over and all that stuff. Like, it was not pretty. You can go out and find things under like, not Tom Hardware, but there are people who have done extensive videos and deep dives into what exactly happened with 2042, and it's an absolute mess. So I don't blame the developers on that end. But with the amount of stuff that was missing from 2042 in terms of features and everything, the fact that you still have the heads of EA that want to just chase trends instead of creating trends when Battlefield used to do that originally, things like destruction on the battlefield, vehicle gameplay, like, that's not unique anymore, unfortunately, right? You want to look at something with destruction? Go look at the finals. The finals puts Battlefield to shame when it comes to destruction and the server side stuff that they did with that game. Like, Battlefield destruction looks like child's play, essentially. If you look at vehicle gameplay, there are more games that are doing vehicle gameplay. Now, I will give Battlefield the benefit of the doubt that, you know, at least with like 3 and 4, it was pretty good Battlefield or vehicle combat and everything. So, but how are they going to either make it feel really good? Because tank gameplay, especially, or other vehicle gameplay in some of the newer games, so I'm looking at like 2042 or Battlefield 5, I hated it. Absolutely hated it, especially 5. 5's tank gameplay was abysmal. The helicopter gameplay in 2042 was nowhere near as good as it was in 3 and 4, and it worries me that however they're making this game, they don't have the talent there anymore to do that. And while the new talent that is currently there can easily rise up to try and make Battlefield the way it should be, I get a feeling that the higher ups are still going to be trying to pander to the investors. They're going to be like, no, we need to do this. We need to be able to sell stuff. And I know that they have a single player campaign, which to me personally, I don't really care about single player campaigns when it comes to Battlefield games, because originally Battlefield was always a multiplayer game. So, but I know people are always like, okay, it's got to give, money's value and everything, because they're most likely going to charge for this game. They're not going to make this free to play. And while I'm actually okay with that, again, we already know how EA works. They're definitely going to try to throw a battle pass in there. They're going to do all this extra, again, if I could have my dream Battlefield game, it would literally be 3 and 4 with Bad Company 2 Destruction. Be able to unlock everything just by playing the game, and that's it. That would be my dream Battlefield game. But I know that is high levels of copium right there. But as always, I need to be asking the guy who knows all the answers, the guy with the jokes, Lemon, how do you think Battlefield, let's call it Battlefield 6 for right now. How do you think this game is going to fare going forward? Do you think it can even succeed? Do you think that it's down the toilet already with all the old guard officially gone for the most part? Can they even succeed? Or is Battlefield just not that popular of a name anymore? And under EA still, they're just not going to be able to do anything about it. What are your personal thoughts on this?
So I think I have the key to saving the franchise. And here's how it goes.
Here it is. Listen up, folks. Listen up. Bring it in. Bring it close. Huddle around here. Go.
We need to have more destructible environments, all right? We need to have the game mode where I'm allowed to have MCOM stations, and I can put them inside of buildings. I can destroy the building, destroy the MCOM station, get negative 200 points for the team. Oh, I still love that moment of Bad Company 2 where I could do effectively team kills on a very big level. I think Battlefield as a whole is a name that really doesn't mean a whole lot anymore. I mean, if Call of Duty is not really even that well respected of it anymore, Battlefield is even more in the gutter. I don't really have a whole lot of faith in EA turning this around. They've kind of been fucking around, and they're firmly in the find out for the last like 10 years at this point.
Yep.
They don't have good kind of leadership's not the right word, but they don't have a really solid direction on what they want to do with the franchise. It's weird to me that they've chased Call of Duty for so long they've forgotten what Battlefield is. it just doesn't work anymore. Like I at least with for me, Bad Company 2 into like Battlefield 3, it was always just about these ridiculous bullshit moments of just things happening. A jet plane comes in, destroys, something in front of you, and you somehow get around it and get to the flag or something, or I
Or
don't
you
know,
just
just
like
crazy
basic
moments.
things like blowing something up that then just gets sent across the map that blows up another
Yeah.
tank area that's in battle with a couple other infantry guys. Again, classic stuff like throwing C4 onto a Jeep, riding it up behind a tank, blowing
Yeah.
it up, helicopter
Absurdity.
battles, just circling around, getting hit by a jet, like those moments. When was the last time we had stuff like that? And I know people are going to
Yeah.
try and point to, 2042, and maybe you had some of that stuff, but like you had to either really be able to push it somehow, or
Mhm.
it was very, very like just in small quantities. Where if you go play Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, like I'm not saying they're perfect games. Like obviously no game is. Bad Company 2, its movement is still it's not the greatest. It has not aged the greatest. But in terms of like that destruction that we talked about, and especially that Lemon brought
Mhm.
up, we had like the MCOMs with Rush and everything,
Yep.
where you could blow things up. Like that created, yeah, map balance wasn't the greatest in some parts of those maps, but overall, it was just the funness of playing that stuff and being like, okay, I got a rocket launcher. Lemon, you got a grenade launcher. We got a tank behind us. Let's just blow it up and knock it down and everything. And that required the enemy team to then have to switch it up and everything, where they would go into different classes, switch up your classes. It's like, oh crap, we got 4 snipers over here. Okay, we need to all go engineer right now and rocket this tank. Otherwise, our thing is getting just destroyed and they're going to move on to the next section of the map, right? Or, hey, we've got some other guys over here in this building. Let's just aim a tank shell at it, blow it up. It comes crumbling down. The entire thing just comes crumbling down. And we don't have anything like that. I mean, heck, even I know destruction wasn't the biggest focus on something like Battlefield 3 and to some extent Battlefield 4 as well, but they still had those like tight gameplay moments where like you'd be in the street in a city, or you'd be out in one of those like, mostly houses, suburban looking areas in some of those maps, and you could just blow things up or knock the rubble down from up top of the skyscraper and it came crashing down and just destroy people. Like you don't have those moments anymore in these newer Battlefield games. And again, the fact that they even tried to go into a battle royale mode with 2042, because that's what it was originally supposed to be and everything, it makes me just shake my head. And I know there are going to be some people who are saying like they need to have a battle royale game in here. It's like battle royale is not even that important anymore. The only battle royales that are still around to this day right now have been around for over like 10 years. Any new battle royale game that comes out right now, no, they're not going to do it. There's supposed to be a Halo battle royale mode, and that got canceled. It just did. Now, granted, Halo's name is also kind of in the toilet right now, so, do with that what you will. But overall, I don't think Battle Royale is the answer. I think if you have a competent shooter that has the good class system, the vehicle gameplay, the destruction, the weapon customization that we had in 3 and 4 and everything like that, that is going to bring back your core audience. And if you show them that you care about this, then they can start to do free marketing for you and bring more people into the game and everything like that, right? Whether they're streamers, they simply play the game and they bring their friends over on PlayStation or Xbox or anything like that. That is what they're going to do. This is not the same thing that you saw with like EA's terrible take when it came to the Veilguard, Dragon Age the Veilguard, saying, oh, it should have been a live service game. It's just like, I know you're talking to investors, EA, and I know you got to impress them, and hopefully you don't actually do that, but that just makes me super scared for whatever their next Mass Effect game is. I feel that BioWare is going to be done after the next Mass Effect game or anything like that. So, yeah, it's not really going to work out right here. So, I don't know. Lemon, do you think I'm off the mark when it comes to that kind of stuff? So,
Not at all. I think Bioware is on the chopping block, and I don't think Battlefield has really enough, name anymore to cling back to relevancy. However, I do have a question for you. Which game was it? It was the map where it had the skyscraper in the middle.
Shanghai. It was Shanghai Battlefield 4.
How many FPSs can you remember in recent day where you can remember a map like that, where you're just like, yeah, I remember I always want to take that building down all the time.
None.
That was like my goal.
None.
I would start the map.
Yeah, because it was
get
that
Carl
whole
Gustav out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ugh.
So it was the whole. So it was
best.
the concept of Levolution was supposed to be like an evolution of the destruction and everything like that. And I know Levolution to an extent was definitely a gimmick, especially in some of those maps. But the thing, at least with that Shanghai level, was the fact that when you brought that building down, not only did you bring it down, obviously, and just change the landscape of that particular point right there, but you also had the fact that the entire area then got covered in dust and everything. And so you couldn't see that far in front of you and everything like that, right?
It was so cool.
Right. So
God,
all of like the helicopter gameplay, the tanks that were trying to snipe across the water and everything, you couldn't see after that, right? So you had to get up close and personal and everything, which is really cool. I'm not saying that the map was perfectly balanced or anything like that, but
not at all.
Overall, it was, but again, the concept was, it was fun. That was the biggest thing right there.
It was super fun taking that building down.
It was. It absolutely was. And again, in just the setting and the classes and everything, they took what made them well known and they just improved upon it. Right? Yeah, not everything was perfect. I absolutely hated suppression. I still hate it to this day. But overall, it was fun. It was fun to play those games. And I don't know, and I have hope, but do not pre-order. Do not try to get super hyped into this game or anything like that until we see actual, not even just simply a gameplay trailer, because we already know how their last trailer for 2042 was, where we're just like, holy crap, they're back. And then it was just like, it was abysmal after that, essentially, right? We need to know all the game modes are going to be available. We need to know how many maps there are going to be, what the customization looks like. We need to see an alpha. We need to see a beta. We need to see a beta second round. They need to start releasing all this stuff. Like, I'm talking like August of this year, and this game doesn't release until like March of next year. That's what needs to be happening. Any of these betas that come out 2 weeks beforehand, that is the game you are getting. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, it's an older build and everything. Like, no. Stop it right now. We have seen that so many times over the past who knows how long. The moment they announce whenever that beta stuff is coming out, expect that to be your game unless the beta comes out again in the summer or maybe early fall. I'll give them early fall. That's totally fine. But as long as the release date is next year. If we see a release date in like October of this year and we don't hear anything about betas or anything until late August, now that's the version of the game right there. That's what you're getting. So don't get sucked into the marketing. Do not get sucked into the trailers or anything like that. Remember 2042 and what happened after that, okay? And it's okay to have hope. It's okay to say like, okay, you know, like this looks cool, but give me more information. Because I will admit, those 10 seconds of gameplay that we have seen, it looks like a mix of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, which is great. But I need to see more. How does the destruction work? How does the map layout work? What is the, you know, how many players are there? You better not be going 128 players. I swear to God, DICE, it needs to be 64. Your predecessors tested this out. Get this for anyone who doesn't know. They tested out more players over 64 over 15 plus years ago. And they said, no, it does not work. What happened in 2042? Oh, let's do 128 players. Guess what? It doesn't work. It doesn't. So, how many players are they going to be having in there? How's the vehicle balance? How are all the maps going to have tanks, jets, and helicopters? Are only some going to be more similar to Battlefield 3, where it's more city and it's only going to be tanks and other vehicles? We need to know this stuff. So please, like I said before, nobody pre-order. Make sure you keep asking questions and do not get sucked into the marketing hype. Just don't do it. We need a Battlefield game for us Battlefield players. No chasing trends, no battle royales or anything like that. Again, you already know my opinion when it comes to the single player stuff. That's fine. I don't think it's going to be particularly good. The only single player game or single player mode I've even liked in any Battlefield game was Bad Company 2 just because of the humor. But overall, I played it once and I was done. You played for the multiplayer stuff. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. But just remember what I've said here and at the beginning of the video, because I want a good Battlefield game. I am so desperate for a good Battlefield game again. Lemon and I here would love to be playing Battlefield again. Like, it would be like the old days. Be perfectly fair. And I want them to deliver this. But I need people to remember what has happened in the past. So, only time is going to tell. But I really hope that Vince is able to steer the team in a good direction, has a good goal that he has, and the team is with him. Because if they don't have a good manager or head to kind of lead them in this direction, it's going to flop once again, and it's just not going to work out the way I think they want it to. Only time is gonna tell. But I don't. I'm still very, very cautious. Okay, there we go. Cool. SS special. No, this is not pre-recorded. We're trying to talk about a topic and it's gonna turn into a video. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for doing that, Lemon.
Yep.
I figured you want to at least get your word in on the battlefield, and I knew you'd bring up the MCOMs and everything, so that's why I wanted you.
Dude, I still think back on that and the Shanghai map.
Oh yeah,
always on bullshit.
Well, that proves right there how good those moments were and everything like that. But we don't get that, unfortunately. So
no, we're not allowed such niceties anymore.
Fortunately, no. So.
2025, only sorrow. No fun, only sorrow.
All right, well, go ahead and get going because I know you have to get going to work. I don't know if Bobby's back. I might talk.
I'm back.
Oh, he is back. Chilling. Okay, we'll talk the GTA stuff. All right, all right, let me take it easy, man.
Didn't want to interrupt your guys' flow.
Well, that was going on. I could have ranted for another like 5 minutes if I wanted to, but I was just like, all right, I'm probably repeating myself after this point.
Well, while you guys are doing that, I found a new costume in Indiana Jones. So
I've heard the costume stuff is pretty good over in that game, like the disguises and everything.
What good is this costume if it doesn't let me steal? It's a quote unquote fascist costume.
I will say the only thing I guess people wish that they could do is actually get to see you in the costume, but because it's all in first person, apparently you can't.
That's yeah, I the first person really is growing on me. It's weird.
All right, I mean,
right. Like originally I was like, no, I don't think so, and now I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad. It's because it actually does. I will say this: the cutscenes are a little janky. It feels like. But the sense of discovery when you're in first person is really cool. So that kind of like balances it out.
I'm actually surprised GTA 6 publisher fully expects to support Switch 2 going forward. Do they really expect GTA 6 to work on the Switch 2?
I mean, if they make it 480p and upscale it to 1440.
That I could see, yeah, but damn, that's going to be... I guess we also don't really know the specs of the Switch 2, which I know... Hopefully, I don't see Nintendo going into a spec section of their Direct in April, but I would personally love it, but I don't expect it. We'll probably see it in some kind of article that comes up like right after the Direct, it's like, we got exclusive access to check out the specs of the Switch 2. Digital Foundry style or something.
Mm.
So I'm not gonna lie, I've not been seeing much from Digital Foundry lately, or like a lot of their stuff is just like, this isn't what I normally expect from you guys. Not gonna lie. I don't know if it's because they're actually officially owned by IGN now. They don't do as many deep dives or anything like that, but
I mean, there hasn't been a ton to deep dive, right? Like
that's true, yeah. But like they always have these like really cool discussions, or they really did a lot of like fan questions where they talked about like, why isn't this optimized, or why isn't this working, or how does this work compared to this? They don't seem to have those up as much anymore. They're not getting recommended to me as much for some reason.
I've noticed that happens with YouTube. All of a sudden they'll just stop recommending. Like I completely forgot about a channel, and then I found videos. And I was like, dude, this dude has been uploading for like a year, and I haven't seen his videos.
Well, and the thing is like if I wasn't watching those videos, I'd understand why they'd stop showing it in my recommendations. But it's like I was watching them. Like, especially walking to the train station or taking the train to work. Like, that's what I do in the morning. I like to listen to that type of stuff. And I sit there because I don't have to watch it. I just listen to it, essentially. And it goes through the whole thing. And I'm just like, why is this not getting recommended to me anymore? Like,
yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of strange. Kind of strange. All right, well, yes, here I did find an issue with the AI in that I just knocked some dude out, and then the AI just stopped looking for me after like 5 seconds. I just ran around a corner. The AI was like, you know what? Okay, we're good. We don't have to find him or anything.
All right. Well, I'll let you get to a save point before we do the.
Give me just a second. I think if I fast travel.
Jason is back. Sony apologizes with 5 days of gifted PS Plus. Sony rejected a pitch for Resistance 4. Not surprised about that. Yeah, Wonder Woman is years away. It's been rebooted. It's already cost $100 million. Whew. Yikes. That is that's gonna cost WB a pretty penny, especially because Suicide Squad flopped hard, and now Multiverse is not going well. And
they're gonna put out Hogwarts Legacy director's cut.
Yeah, director's cut.
And it's gonna have like 3 or 4 new missions, and they're gonna charge full price for it.
And people are gonna buy it.
And yeah, 5 million people will buy it, and that's money to make that Wonder Woman loss back. And it seems like, oh, will that do it? Yes, it will, because they know people will pay for that. It's really wild, like how well that game is done. I mean, Harry Potter is huge, like, right? Like
it's the IP. It's the IP.
It's the IP. It's like Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
You know, where
actually, I'm curious why you're doing that. I want to know where Marvel Rivals' Steam page was.
Oh, it's probably still in the 300s, I would assume.
Oh, I would assume. Yeah, I want to take a look. I was like looking at that stuff. All right, charts. Players right now 200,000. Peak at 24 hours 330,000. And the highest it's still hit is 644,000. And keep in mind, that's only PC. That is only PC.
Yeah, and we know from recent things that PlayStation actually does do a giant chunk of the market. Although, I could actually see this being bigger on Steam than on PlayStation. Although, like everyone I know is playing more. It's like all the quote unquote normies.
It depends, yeah. I do know though that if they get that, I'm assuming they probably can. If they get Marvel Rivals running on the Switch 2, that'll do well for them. That will do very well for them.
If they don't, I would be very worried.
I'd be shocked, to be perfectly honest, to be like, why are you not putting this on Switch 2? Like it can run it. Like it should be able to. Like it's Steam Deck verified, isn't it? Marvel Rivals? Is Marvel Rivals Steam Deck verified?
I believe it is, actually. Let me check.
Let me check real quick. Yeah, let me bring up Marvel Rivals here. Marvel Rivals, here we go. Store page.
It's playable. It's playable.
Playable.
Which is better than a lot of other competitive games.
Steam Deck, yeah, playable. Yeah, no, I mean it is, because usually it's verified, playable, and then like not recommended or something like that, or is the third one
unsupported?
Unsupported, yeah, that's what it is. So,
which is most games with an anti-cheat.
That too.
That's why I can't play Destiny 2 on my Steam Deck.
Oh, is it not supported?
Yeah, you can play it on Windows, but Steam doesn't support the anti-cheat.
Got it. Okay. The finals is Steam Deck playable, at least. What is Cyberpunk is Steam Deck verified, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was.
I mean, you got to run it on like ultra low, but
I was saying, yeah, it's like on ultra low, no ray tracing or anything like that. So that I get. Obviously.
Oh yeah, Steam Deck ain't ray tracing.
Did God of War Ragnarok get it? I don't remember.
Steam Deck verified?
Yeah.
I think.
Is it playable or verified?
Yeah.
Oh, it is verified. It is.
Bum. God, that is such a good game.
I need to play it again.
Bum.
Once I get all this rebirth stuff done, I need to play that again. God damn, I love Ragnarok. Awesome game.
Yeah, Ragnarok is very, very good.
Nope. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what GTA6 can. If they're gonna put it on Switch too.
On Steam for the PlayStation games, I didn't know that.
Huh?
On Steam, they give you the platinum.
Oh, if you complete all the trophies and everything.
I don't know how this is possible that there is a trophy with less completion percentage than the platinum.
What? Doesn't make any sense.
That's what I'm saying.
For what? For Ragnarok?
Yeah. It says the Bear and the Wolf collect all trophies, 9.5%. Fight at the forum. Participate in a fight at the forum arena, 9.1%.
Is that from that DLC though, or is that from the main story?
I don't think so. I don't think they added anything in the DLC.
I September to. All right, you know what? We're going off topic here before we go into the discussion. God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, maybe you might be right. Discover the secret of Valhalla. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah. And that doesn't require.
Right.
That doesn't give you the platinum. The platinum you get just from the base game.
Yeah.
So.
That's like Control. I got the platinum, but I didn't do all the DLC. Same thing with Alan Wake 2.
Right, exactly. So
God, I love Remedy. Good lord.
Bear and the Wolf, yeah, 8.9 for very rare. And then yeah, here it is, the DLC trophy pack, which is the Valhalla stuff. Yeah. More. Yep. So Ragnarok, such a great game. If you haven't played Ragnarok, guys, like go play Ragnarok. It's on PC, it's on PlayStation, it's on PS4 and PS5. So like you have no excuse. Just go play it. It's a great
Legends of Hinterberg is coming to PS5, and I will be buying that because that game is really cool. I have it on Steam. I've been playing it little by little on the Steam Deck, but I feel like if I could turn it on the PlayStation, I would just jet right through it.
There you go.
It's like I like playing Steam Deck, but it's like I just play that like right before bed, you know, to just wind down. Dungeon of Hinterberg is very cool. I Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and 13 on Steam. Need 10.
I'm surprised those always go on sale.
Oh, so embarrassing. I have the first Ascendant. I almost got a platinum for that game.
Oh, without even trying?
Yeah. I played it quite a bit. Well, how much did I play it? 76 hours on Steam, probably like 20 on PlayStation. Show about 100 hours. There's like it's I could like go on PlayStation, play it for probably maybe like 10 more hours and get the platinum, but I just don't want to. Just don't care. What I need is Master Chief Collection to be announced for PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, Bill said nothing's on or everything is on the table, so I would expect it to eventually hit PlayStation. I mean, that a lot of people are like, oh, are they going to do like the Master Chief Collection or the remake of Combat Evolved with the Switch 2 and then also put it on PlayStation? Like, knows. I don't know how well it would particularly do well on the Switch, but I mean, I can definitely tell you that for those who prefer controllers for first-person shooters, with if they put the haptic stuff in there, I could see it doing pretty decently on PlayStation.
Was it yesterday that was the Helldivers 1 year? I think it was.
Was it? Might have been. When did Helldivers 2 come out?
This 1 year ago.
February 8th. Yeah, that would have been yesterday for you guys. Yep, it's officially been 1 year. How is that game doing?
It's I think 60 like daily.
Not bad. There's been worse.
It's really not like
40,
I mean, for
43 for players right now. Oh, hang on, let's go like 3 months.
I see 50. It says playing an hour ago.
Okay, 93 for a 24-hour peak.
Yeah, and then 458.
Yeah,
still.
what was this? OT Omens of Tyranny came out. Oh, that was that update for December 13th or whatever.
Yeah,
they brought, funny enough, they brought back a lot of players for that. 150,000. Not bad.
Well, yeah, because the thing about it was the game was not very fun for a long time. Like people were like, "Duh, Sony killed the game." It's like, no. The game started going down. The game started going down when they started nerfing everything.
Yep. Oh, I mean, we talked about this in a video, if I remember correctly, because everyone thought it was due to the account linking shenanigans, like literally typed up here. But that's not actually the case, because if you look at the trajectory of people playing the game, it was April 1st, which is where it was at 345, and it was dipping down. Like it went from 345,000 on April 1st. The account linking stuff that was on April. That's at the end of the month. So it's been a month, right? They were down to 139,000 players, and it kept going down. Like it just did. And then it stopped around 63,000. And then it went up a little bit, and then it started to go down again. It did its normal, typical live service fluctuation. and then it got as low as 30,000, and it jumped back up to 150-ish or so with the December update, and now they're at around 40 to 50 for players at the current moment. Peak is still at 93,000 though. Keep in mind it is Sunday night at the time of this stream right now. So yeah, I mean, I know the whole linking account stuff. Yeah, that was, unfortunately, I think the way it worked out was that if you actually looked at it, like we knew it was going to be required. I think the thing that a lot of people got hurt with was that it was not available to buy anymore, or if you bought it, but then you had to link your account, just due to how PlayStation is with what countries they have accounts in and everything like that. It was not the greatest. And it was just a huge mess in the end. And there's faults on multiple different sides in terms of whether it's Sony, or the head developer of it, what people were saying online for social media from the team and everything. Like, it was just all over the place. And then honestly, that was when I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go play some other games right now. Especially when they had especially the one where it was like the season or whatever, where they were gonna introduce like a bunch of like fire weapons, and then they nerfed fire weapons right before it released or something like that. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, it's not even a PvP game. It's PvE.
Yeah, it's any kind of like PvE game where the company, like, that was the problem with Borderlands 3. That's what drove a lot of people with Borderlands 3. Was that they just started nerfing stuff, and it's like, it's Borderlands. Like,
Borderlands is supposed to be crazy, hectic, over the top, crazy fun. Like, why would you be nerfing stuff?
Yes. So it's I don't know. It's the big thing about PvE games is like, why do you make these?
You don't need to worry about that stuff. Like, just.
Yeah, it's just like devs need to learn to just let. Like, if it's like, don't get me wrong, like if something's like one-shotting every boss, like, you gotta renet it.
But when you look at something like that's kind of like the obvious. Okay, reel it in there a bit, right? Like, we get that, but like, just because something is good doesn't mean you need to just nerf it into the ground. You could also do other things like bringing other stuff up to give people more options if they want to do that, right? Or changing maybe how a certain mechanic might work where it doesn't, for example, maybe the Titan bugs or something like that don't get demolished by that one weapon as much, right? You just give them a little bit of a boost of defense there or something like that, but they can still get taken down at a good chunk if you're good enough, or other weapons do more damage. Or again, there's multiple different things. It's just simply lower damage, make worse button, essentially.
Yeah, and especially a game like Helldivers, where everyone was having so much fun with it, and it was just a good, goofy, fun time.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it just to take that and then go, actually, we wanted to make this game more like thoughtful and tactical, so we're gonna nerf your weapons and stuff. It's like, ew. Like, why? What? No, why? That's not fun. There's nothing fun going on there. I don't know. It's one of those things for me that I don't like when developers do that. Takes the fun out of stuff quite a bit. You know what I gotta play again is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, there's a game. That's a fun game.
It's a really fun game. The gameplay is kind of like meh, but the rest of the game is so incredible that it's like, okay, I can deal. Like, it's the opposite of what I normally say, right? Normally I go like, yeah, you gotta have the gameplay first, right? And it's not that the Guardians gameplay is just bad. It's just like, meh.
It's it's just like, it's fine.
The direction and the story and the voice acting, like the graphics, all of it is so good that I go, you know what, I can deal with like mid gameplay, like weird kind of like tactical shooter gameplay for whatever reason.
All right, you ready to do this real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I won't make this too long because it's Grand Theft Auto. So I mean,
Yeah,
Grand
it's
Theft Auto.
GTA.
It's
We
GTA.
all know GTA.
It's just GTA.
It's
Alright.
just GTA.
All right, here we go. Calling it right now, GTA 6 probably winning game of the year. I know, shocker statement right there. Totally original. No one else has even come close to saying that or anything, but you know, sometimes you got to say what's on your mind. So, but the big question that everyone keeps asking is, when is this game going to release? Well, according to Take-Two, they are saying fall 2025. Now, the big question is, do we believe them? Or was that simply for the investors? And eventually, as that release time comes closer and closer, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, maybe we reel it back and release in 2026. You know, I'm sure February 2026 is looking mighty tasty right about there. And that's what every gamer wants to have happen right there, right? Yeah, if you guys haven't been paying attention to some of the news real quick, or you've been wondering where the F Grand Theft Auto 6 is, because we haven't seen a trailer in over like 18 months since the original one that, funny enough, got leaked and then went onto YouTube and has like broken records and everything with views and all that kind of stuff. People are wondering, like, are they really going to be able to hit the release date of 2025? And this is also affecting a good chunk of the industry right now, because a lot of them are being like, okay, GTA 6, tell me your release date, because I don't want my game next to you at all. Like, the only games that are going to do just fine wherever this game particularly releases is going to be things like Call of Duty and a Nintendo game. Like, that's basically it. Anything else, like, it's too much of a risk to release so close to Grand Theft Auto 6. Some people are even calling the fact that a lot of people are going to be taking time off from work. People are going to be trying to play this game nonstop for like multiple days, you know, whether it's ditching school, ditching work, all that kind of stuff. And it very well could be. We'll have to wait and see how well the game runs and everything like that. Rockstar still has a very good record and everything. But, you know, we've also said that about many other developing teams and publishers, and well, no one is safe. Let's just simply say that. So the big question is Grand Theft Auto 6 going to actually release this year, regardless of what they actually say? And is it going to do well? Because unfortunately, this has also sparked more debates and more people from the analytics side and everything saying that they want this game to release for $100. And if you haven't been paying attention over the last couple of weeks at the time of this recording, the moment that came out, everyone was just like, wait, what? $100? Because that right there, that's the start of the slippery slope to then allow other games to be $100, even though they're nowhere near as good as something like Grand Theft Auto 6. Or you have other games that would normally run about $40 or $50, and they're going to start bumping those up to $70 and everything, especially in an economy right now where salaries and other stuff has not gone up. You have obviously a little bit of inflation in other parts of the world, whereas I know inflation has actually been decent over in the States. You have the fact of just, you know, greedy corporations and everything. And it's one thing on top of another where it's just like, what is going to happen with this game essentially? Because obviously they need it to do very, very well. Rockstar needs this game to do very well. And it most likely is going to do extremely well. But again, there's just so many unanswered questions about it right now. Do they make it $100? Do they keep it at $70 because they know they can, because they're going to get everybody in there with the shark cards when GTA Online gets updated and everything? Are they going to be able to do something else with the game that we don't know of? Is it going to run well on consoles? You know, there's still rumors going on right now that it's not even going to be able to hit 60 FPS on the PlayStation 5 Pro, right? Or something like that. There are people, you know, very, very concerned about the Series S performance. Is this game going to be running on Switch 2? Because we did have a quote saying GTA 6 publisher fully expects to support Switch 2 going forward. Or the Switch 2, which is generally going to be a lower spec system compared to the current specs right now. I guarantee if they wanted to get GTA 6 on there, it's going to have to be at like running 480p upscaled or something like that. It's not going to go the way I think people think it's going to. So the big question is just what the F is going to happen with this game? Bobby, I want to get your thoughts and opinions on this right now. Whether it's the price and if they actually would push it up to $100, do you think this game is going to do well? Do you think they're actually going to release in fall 2025 like they claim? Let me know your thoughts on this. I need to know.
I would say, yeah, they're going to release in fall. They seem now that they're pretty confident. I don't think they would because I feel like this at this point they would kind of be in danger of misleading their investors if they're saying they're going to do it, but they know they're not. And that's kind of a dangerous game to play, when you have that fiduciary duty because you can be sued for it. So you kind of got to play it careful, and you kind of got to be, you got to be like forward with investors, right? It's kind of like how a couple years ago we heard the Microsoft like CFO say we're going to be selling games everywhere, and a lot of people didn't believe that. When anyone who heard that was like, oh, they're telling their investors they're going to start selling games everywhere, like literally. You can't just say that. You can't just say things to investors and not have them be true, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things about having one of those positions. So them saying it's going to come out in fall, I firmly believe that they believe as of right now that that's what's going to happen. And hopefully it works out. It's supposed to be a big game, so it could slip, but you're going to see a lot of other companies holding their breath now. Anything that's coming out in fall is not going to get a date until after that gets a date, and it could be like where we see like with Avowed, getting pushed
into the following year and everything.
Yeah, we just see stuff getting pushed because it just ends up being like way more convenient to push it and not mix stuff up with GTA versus like trying to compete with GTA directly, right?
Yeah, like I said, the only games I think that could possibly like the publishers or the developers or anything would not even care or anything would be games like Call of Duty. And let's just say, for example, because we're expecting this, or we're hoping at least, that we're going to see the next 3D Mario game release around that holiday season, right before the Switch 2. That like a Mario game like that's totally different from the GTA 6 people. That would sell perfectly fine. Plus it's Mario. So like that would do well. But anything else, it's hard to say, because again, you'll notice that if you go look at any list about like games releasing and everything, we have a decent amount in terms of saying they're going to release in 2025. But we don't have dates for those yet, because everyone's looking to watch when this particular game is going to release. And if you say, like, you lock in, let's just say, for example, some game from PlayStation or Xbox is like, all right, we're locking in a date, October 25th or something like that. And next thing you know, GTA 6, like a week later, comes out and says, okay, November 1st. All right.
Yep.
They're going to be like, crap.
Exactly. We're not going to see anything.
Crap.
We're literally not going to see anything get to that point of announcing a date before GTA does. I don't think.
I don't think up until I think the end of summer, we can see release dates, because we're not going to see that type of stuff. But the moment September hits, don't expect anything.
We'll see stuff into August. Yeah, we'll get really firm release dates into August, and that's going to be it.
Which we already do, because we have the confirmed release date essentially for Metal Gear Delta, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's August 28th. So, the moment we go into the fall, which is September technically, until we get that release date, and it's only February right now. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. I still think I know that they've said this to investors, but a part of me is still expecting something to happen where they do delay it into 2026. Will it? Probably not. They most likely are going to, especially if they are that confident to say that to their investors. Like, I get that. But there's something in the back of my head just like, okay, let's see if this works out for you. And so I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting, to say the least. I hope it does just simply release in the fall, though, because it's going to win Game of the Year most likely. People are going to be playing it and everything like that. And great. And we can finally move on from it, because I know as popular as Grand Theft Auto 6 is, there are other games out there, folks. Just saying. So
yeah, it will be nice to get the conversation away from GTA. Like, it's been on GTA, I feel like, now for like a year, right? Like,
more than that, because we've known 6 has been a thing. It's just that the trailer came out a little bit over a year ago. So people have been talking
Exactly.
about GTA because again, GTA 5 came out over 10 plus years ago at this point, right? So the moment 6 was officially announced, even without a trailer, like people have been doing nonstop talk about it. I mean, don't even try going down the rabbit hole of all the theories about when it's going to release or what gameplay mechanics are based on some bumper sticker on a car from the trailer are going to be. Like it's absolutely ridiculous.
That's nuts.
Exactly,
Yeah,
it is. So it will be nice to finally get away from the topic of that. So like obviously the game will be dead and anything like that, but it's not going to be the center conversational topic or anything.
Yeah, there's not going to be all the speculation and all that stuff.
Exactly,
which would be nice.
So, but it'll be interesting to see what happens, and who knows, maybe we'll eventually start to hear stuff about a Red Dead Redemption 3 copium. I know.
Well, one thing I did want to address too is the $100 price, right? That's been a big thing. And we were kind of talking about this before we started, but my theory is they're going to do the same thing that Microsoft's been doing. They're going to do a probably closer to Ubisoft as they can, because they know they can get away with it, where Ubisoft was just like, let's try with Star Wars to do a $120 edition. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Ubisoft, I'm sure they got a little bit extra money, but everyone will pay to get GTA early. Like, there's no question in my mind. So, that being the case, I can easily see them doing a $100 edition at least. That gives you like 3 to 5 days early access, and that's going to be the $100, the $100 version.
They're easily going to have a play X amount of days early. At 100% can have that.
Yeah, exactly right. So
we'll have to wait and see.
Happening for sure. And then outside of that, like, I don't know, it just feels like it's going to make its money back, right? Because like, imagine they do that. Let's say they sell 15 million copies before the end of the year, which is easy for GTA, because what they said, they've sold like 280 million copies or something ridiculous recently.
Something like that, yeah.
Something stupid. And it's like, wow, okay. And I think they really could just very, very easily, make that budget, what they said, like 1.5 to 2 billion. I think they're going to make that budget back easy.
Well, especially the moment they have GTA Online, updated with it and everything. Like, yeah, they'll make that money back, no problem.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, it's just a matter of like getting the content for online. They get the content for online forever, and they have another one that's going like 10 years.
Damn, that's a moneymaker right there. So
yep, that's your live service, and
Yep. We'll have to wait and see, but I am ready for this thing to finally get an official release date, because it's just I'm tired. It's not so much that we cover it so much and we're tired of covering it. It's more of the fact that we have to be tied into the gaming space, and this is all we hear about half the time. So yeah, I'm ready for it to finally get its official release and be like, okay, finally, like it's there. So
yes, that will be very nice.
It will, because even our own Hydros here with the direct and everything, I know he's super excited about that game. And I'm just like, all right, he's like, just give it an official date already. So
yeah, it's like Lethal in Kingdom Hearts 4.
It is. Oh, it's exactly like that is, except that's probably even worse, because that game has been announced for who knows how long, and you can tell Square's prioritizing like everything else but that game. So
yeah.
Poor Lethal. We love you here, buddy, but we have to take shots when we can. But it should be interesting. So as always, guys, though, let us know your thoughts. Do you think GTA 6 is actually going to release this year? Do you plan on picking it up? And what are your thoughts going forward on it? Let us know down below in the comments. It'll be interesting. All right, well, I think that's going to be a good spot to stop the stream, because I need to finally get this guide done that I've been working on for way too long, but do well.
Which one's that?
The combat guide, but I'm the one working on it completely. Like, I'm editing it and everything, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just, because I'll finish, like originally I had it like at 2 pages, and then I'm like, no, I need to rewrite this a bit. Next thing you know, it's 5 pages.
Oh, all right. Then. Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, but again, it should do well going forward. And can even get into part 3 when that eventually releases. So, we'll have to wait and see. And especially if this game, was most likely it will release on Switch 2, then all those Switch 2 players are going to come in and play. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, keep enjoying whatever game you're playing. God, I don't even remember anymore. Indiana Jones.
I'm playing Destiny now.
Oh, you're playing
Indiana
Destiny?
Jones.
How was
Indiana
the dungeon?
Jones is like the story. The dungeon's good. It's got a lot of mechanics. I would say it's worth a play if you've paid for the year. Might as well. The new content is good too because it's like Hades. It's like an actual proper like roguelike mode, which is very fun when it comes to Destiny because we don't get that kind of like cool stuff. Like you play through the mode and it gives you like buffs that like buff your character, and then every run is a little bit different. Like stuff happens in different orders. Okay. We don't know if there's like different levels and bosses yet because it's only the first week. But every time you play, like the bosses that do happen in a different order.
Oh, that's
cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
So it's very cool.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody who joined us in the stream today, whether you're over on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, Twitch, you name it. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you want to see more content, make sure to follow us over on Direct Gaming over here on YouTube. We try to upload as much as we possibly can, stream every week. So with that being said, though, I've been Tallen with Direct Gaming, joined, of course, by Little Bobby. And earlier we were joined by our own friend Lemon. And we hope to see you guys next week. And until next time, everyone, catch you later. Johnny.